So let me tell you why I'm not mad about this and why nobody really should be. Back when I did farmers markets, a wild thing would happen. I would be sitting there at my stall with, everybody's been to a farmers market. There's stalls, like 10 by 10 stalls usually. There'll be a farmer sitting behind a table in the stall, and they'll usually have their prices either like right in front of them or kind of on a thing behind them or whatever. I had all my prices in front of me. So you see my stall, you see me, and then there's like a price list that has all my stuff. It said pastured poultry. It used to say Silver Aqua Farms back then. This is what all the cuts are that we have. This is what all the prices are, blah, blah, blah. People would be walking by. They would be reading my sign, like clearly reading my sign, and would take they would be reading it 10 seconds, 15 seconds, walking while reading, walking while reading, walking while reading. And just as they were about to turn and keep on going, like, meh, I would say, hey, I've got pasture raised chicken. And then they'd stop. And then they'd come over to me. And then they'd buy $100 worth of stuff. Since then, I've done a lot of reading and research into selling, marketing, buyer psychology, just psychology in general, and how people's brains work. And it's pretty incredible stuff. And the biggest thing I've learned is that people turn their brains off when it comes to anything that remotely resembles an ad. And that'll include price lists. That'll include pertinent information about stuff you're actually interested in. The brain is so interested in finding patterns of things that it knows it can ignore, because your brain, from an evolutionary perspective, is designed to be on the lookout for novel threats. Anything you can put in the background and ignore, it will. And our brains have gotten very good at doing that about advertising, commercials, anything like that. So when that farmer's market customer is walking by looking at my prices, they're looking at it, but they're not really looking at it. And when I suddenly go, hey, I've got blah, 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 suddenly a person is talking to them, a new person that they don't know. This is a novel situation. Suddenly their brains turn on, and then everything clicks into place. Suddenly they're ready to buy. The TikTok that this person was responding to was effectively an ad. It's me saying what I've got for sale, where you can buy it, who's got it, what all is there, what the prices are, delivery information, all that stuff. That's an ad. And people are watching it. They're interested in it, but it's still there's still the thread of an ad running in the background. So the brain turns off. It's a weird little thing that you kind of get used to when you do enough selling. And the reason I wanted to respond to this one in particular is because I know there's probably a lot of farmers, small farmers, or anybody that's involved in convincing people to buy anything, or in sales or in marketing. Repetition really is the key. You have got to get used to repeating yourself, and it is really difficult. It makes you feel obnoxious. You don't necessarily like doing it, but getting people in the mood to buy something, to get the information that they need to buy from you, is almost like getting certain medications to build up to a certain level in your system. Like you have to keep at it. And especially in direct-to-consumer farming and direct-to-consumer marketing, where there's this big relationship aspect to it. It's like, oh, you're supposed to know your farmer, you're supposed to be friends, blah, blah, blah. It kind of gives us as farmers this kind of entitlement that we're supposed to be the center of everybody's universes. But the bottom line is, people care, but they don't freaking care. People are out here struggling, just trying to find the time to have date nights with their partners and spouses. You, as important as your work is, you're down here, bro. You're not part of their inner circle. So you have to kind of eat the humble pie and remember to keep reminding people that you exist. It's okay. You're going to send out that price list over and over again. You're going to send it this week and next week and the week after that. And then maybe the 6th or 7th time that restaurant or grocer or whoever, it could be a client, just like a door-to-door client, gets that postcard in the mail or whatever. Maybe the 6th or 7th time they go, oh yeah, now they're finally in the right place at the right time, with the right computer or cell phone or whatever in front of them, with the right amount of money in their bank account, with the right amount of stuff in their fridge or whatever, to be okay, pull the trigger and buy from you. Sorry, this is not supposed to be this long. Please, anybody who's in business, buy a book on sales. Buy a book on psychology. It will change your life.